everyone, Rocky here, and it's time to talk about the new series premiere of Marvel's Agent Carter. Gonna kind of just give an overview of the show as well as some of my favorite moments and just give some general impressions of the episode. So with the show we get our quick introduction of Peggy Carter's character, and she's wearing an outfit that's very reminiscent of Captain America's colors, and we get lots of flashbacks from the Captain America movie showing that Peggy's still thinking about Cap and still kind of hung up on him and everything that happened throughout that show. We also get the overall feeling of the 40s in this show, and in particular the way that women were kind of looked at. And definitely Peggy Carter has very little respect from her co-workers within the SSR, and completely regardless of her service and skills and everything that she's accomplished, she's just looked at as basically Cap's girl. Though there is an agent by the name of Daniel Sousa who served in the military. He's injured at this time, due to his service, but he seems to have some kind of respect for her and does his best to kind of stick up for her. Even though she doesn't really want a man sticking up for her, she wants to fight her own battles, but he feels like he has to, speak up and step up when the other agents are kind of talking behind her back and things like that. We get, some brief introductions to some of the other minor characters that I'm sure will get expanded out as the series goes on. Of note, we get introduced to one Anton Vanko, who's was referenced in the Iron Man 2 movie, and at this time is still Howard Stark's basically partner. So the main plot of at the moment seems to deal with Howard Stark's tech has been sold basically on the black market, and our government is basically looking at him as a traitor, so the SSR is investigating him, and this kind of rubs Peggy the wrong way, as her and Howard were friends from back in the war, so she definitely does not believe that he's a traitor. So this gives way to basically a very physical introduction of one Edwin Jarvis, played by James Darcy, as well as we get the reintroduction of good old Howard Stark, once again portrayed by Dominic Cooper. From the meeting between Howard and Peggy, we get the overall basically plot of the series at this point is Howard's tech was basically stolen right from him underneath his vault, and he's trying to track down his tech as well as who took it. And he wants Peggy's help, as at this point she's the only person he trusts to track down this tech. And we kind of get a segue where he's kind of going to be looking abroad. So this is kind of a smart way for them to still have Howard Stark attached to the show, but we're not going to see him in every episode. So this opens the door for basically Jarvis is going to be Peggy's point of contact throughout the series, with Howard basically probably communicating by way of phone. And we'll probably see him in another episode or two by the end of the series, or this first run. Now, basically during the daytime, Peggy goes through her paces at the SSR, and she's basically considered a glorified secretary by most of the people. And again, we still get that feeling of her being, still thinking about Steve Rogers and everything like that. So that's throughout the whole show, and I'm sure that'll get brought up throughout the other episodes as well. Just hopefully they don't do it in every episode, because that might be kind of a little overkill. Now, during the night is when we see the real Peggy Carter, when she's, going through basically her quote-unquote night job. Now we see her investigating, using her skills. She uses a lot of spy gadgets, and she just generally seems very excited to be doing something. As in the SSR, she's kind of just put in the back and doesn't really get to get hands-on with anything. Now, through the events of dealing with trying to recover Howard's nitramine formula, we learn of this villainous group named Leviathan, from one of the villains in this episode. Now, if they stay kind of true to the comics, Leviathan was a group in the comics, and they were basically the Russian or USSR's version of Hydra. So one of those groups that, a lot of scientists, world domination kind of thing. So it'll be interesting to see if they kind of keep that, or if by the end of the series maybe it kind of gets revealed to us as the viewers that Leviathan is just another layer of Hydra, or another disguise for them. Now, all in all, this was a pretty okay premiere. For me, it did seem a bit dull, a bit boring at times, which can happen with a premiere. And this show has very short run. It's only going to be about 8 episodes, I believe. So hopefully it kind of picks up. Now, I'm trying to say optimistic, sorry. So for this series, as Marvel has grown a lot with their television, and with everything that's happened between season 1 and season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Marvel definitely has a stronger beat on how to create and how to run a television show. So on that aspect of it, I'm optimistic on how they're going to portray the rest of this series. I do enjoy seeing, a period piece in the 40s, as it's going to give, some time for us to see some of those characters from the Captain America movie, as well as some of the older Marvel characters we see, in the background or come in as guest stars. So it'll be interesting to see how they play that out. But I do enjoy the look and feel of the show so far. I just hope it kind of picks up a little bit. So I'm looking forward to seeing where Agent Carter is going to go. But again, I do hope they kind of, jazz it up a little bit more action, a little bit more intensity in the characters and in the story. So let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think about Agent Carter so far? Are you excited for the series, or kind of just, going to watch it off and on and just wait for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to come back? If you've enjoyed my video, I'd ask you to give me a thumbs up and share the video, and please subscribe to my channels. I will be doing weekly reviews of Agent Carter, and once Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. comes back on, I'll be picking up with that, as well as I'll be doing the other DC television shows going on right now as well. And if you have gone ahead and subscribed to my channel, thank you very much. I do appreciate you coming on board, and hope you've enjoyed the videos so far. Now, all that being said, I hope everyone has a great rest of your day now. Bye.